Hello, my shiny, beautiful friends. No need to get up, that's okay, yet. We'll ask you to get up, though, in just about 10, 12 minutes. And I will ask you to sing, of course, even you leaving. And by doing so, change climate change and solve this maybe ridiculous question. Well, so could singing save the planet? Quick assessment of the situation. We, in a democracy, or maybe in a mediacracy, media crazy if you will, play this very simple game. If we come out, if we just cry out, if we protest in the streets, things start happening. Look at what's been happening in the Middle East, Brazil. Protest works. Protest has been working for years. I was one, shows my age, to see the Berlin Wall come down before my eyes. Protest has brought apartheid down. It even, well, brought votes, even for women. Protest works. But as it comes down to environmental issues, ecological issues, the climate, of course, being maybe the most painful and the most huge of them all, well, it's always the same 300 Greenpeace tree huggers and the poor guy who needs to get into the polar bear costume. That is to say, public support seems to be lacking, and that's strange. We really don't seem to care about climate. With a world that's burning up before our eyes, getting washed away in superstorms and floods, we look away. We really don't seem to want to know. We're, like in the joke, we're the guy who falls down from the 40-story building and bypassing the 10th says, so far I can't really see the problem. That's us. There's no public support. We could discuss this at length. We could go into, and well, many TED Talks have done so, delve into the psychological, the political reasons why we have this strange inertia, why we have this blindness leading us to the inevitable abyss. But we could also just go from doom to do, and maybe just, well, start making public support. And why not maybe just then start to devise another way of protesting, another maybe more modern, but more creative, more open, more positive, and more fun approach to protesting, even though the cause be as hopeless as she seems. That's what we did in 2008 for the first time, when on a beach in Ostend, Belgium, 6,000 people came together to play in a clip where this was the, well, simple message written in big, big human letters: act before it's too late, before inevitable climate change would kick in and all would be lost. Then, of course, came Copenhagen, 2009, the make or break moment for the planet. And we got back to the same beach, and with 12,000 people danced for the climate. Made, I think, a pretty cool clip where the idea was, well, if we could get 12,000 people to do the same choreography on one afternoon, which was pretty fun. It was invigorating, and people felt connected, and there was hope on that beach. Well, maybe there could be hope in Copenhagen, and maybe 200 countries could find this climate agreement. All that hope, all that energy went to waste. Copenhagen became Nopenhagen, Flopenhagen, and I remember it to be one of really the most depressing days, nights in my life, when at around 2:30 it became really clear that humanity was lost. I don't fear to be dramatic about this kind of thing. I really had the feeling that not only the battle was lost, the game was lost, if you will, our future was lost. The future of my children was lost. My prospect of ever being a grandfather was lost. And why? Because, well, even the Obamas of this world came with high expectations, and and no public support. No public support to do anything. And the late now Hugo Chavez was joking that if the climate would be a bank, it would be saved by now. So if there's no public support, again, so it's so blatantly simple, let's try again, let's try bigger, let's try better. And if dancing didn't work, why don't we try singing, for example? It's worked for so many religions, it's worked for armies, it's worked for so many peaceful revolutions before us. We shall overcome, we can all sing it now. So put in celeb power, start with that. That's been done before. We just devised a song, a simple song that everyone could sing along, that would stick in your head like a nail, and got 60 top artists, top celebrities to sing it in a studio. But then, this is important, of course. The reason why I'm so glad to have this talk at TED is this is a kind of 4-step program that could be replicated in other countries. So this is, for example, our Milo, but it could just as well in London be Paul McCartney and his friends, could be in Dublin, Bono, could be in LA, Leo and his friends. That's step 1. It's been done before. Feed the world. You can all still hear the song, feel the vibe, and know the change, the tipping point when it came down to poverty in the world that songs like this did have. But more important is step 2. We really asked people to organize their own sing-alongs, their own Sing for the Climate cinema. We called it cinemanifestations, and so this was a singing cinemanifestation. The power that people felt doing this was amazing. The energy in this old slogan, here we put it to use, we put it to heart. Act local, think global. Act as local as you can. It's ecological. Just stay at home in your own village, in your own community, in your own village. Start singing there. We thought, well, maybe like 20, 40 cities in Belgium would join. This is what happened. To our wonder and amazement, and thanks, of course, to the power of an NGO like Elf 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 here and all their volunteers, 180 cities joined and made their Sing for the Climate. And that's the whole idea. It's as simple as it is, I think, forceful. You do not need to go to one place, Brussels or Berlin or London or Washington, to protest. In this digital age, you just film your own cinemanifestation powered by volunteering professionals, and that's what, for example, makes TED so powerful. These volunteers, and there's no budget like no budget, but then you just put it digitally together, thanks to the wonder of media, and thanks to the wonder of new media, you spread it around the planet. Plus, then schools kicked in. 300,000 young people, from toddlers to teenagers, started singing this song from early in the morning till late at night. Goebbels wouldn't have dared to use this kind of indoctrination. But can you imagine how forceful it is that in all these schools, climate awareness programs were used to have these children stand up and sing and know what they were singing, even in English. And can you imagine what this would be on a global scale? I said 380,000 people in Belgium. We're only 6 million in Flanders. What's 300,000 young people? You make the math, and then calculate this on a bigger scale, when we would be able to replicate this idea, and that's what we're trying to do all over the world. Ambitious? Yes. We're going to really have to be ambitious, I'm afraid. So now we're, for the moment, doing it just a bit like the Catholic Church did it. We build small parishes, like last week in New York, in a church, they was just singing. So that's a new dot on the map there. But what we really want to do is do a surge in every country. Have the Germans, the Dutch, the Americans, the Chinese, why not, have their Sing for the Climate. Because, well, politically, this kind of activism works. You make clips, you get the media, and you get attention. You you finally get the public support to even go to Parliament, which we did. We even got the Parliament singing, and our 3 ministers of the environment, and our Prime Minister who said, on va faire le maximum. Le maximum. On va faire le maximum. We even, and that's how it works, if you have the public eye, if you have the attention of so many cameras, we got all these ministers to sign really ambitious goals for the Doha climate summit that would be two weeks later. Did, of course, they go for the maximum, le maximum? This would be a sad story about Belgian politics, but at least they wanted to, thanks to the public support that was there. And if they didn't go for the maximum in Doha, well, we did. This was our crazy dream to even try to influence people at the highest level in Qatar, where the biggest polluters, where we would try to show them that, at least in Belgium, there was public support for their plans. We quite stirred up things at a UN conference. This has never been done before. They were singing. And then this real, I still think it was kind of a little miracle that happened, but on the last plenary session, you have to take into account, even at that moment, the prolongment of the Kyoto treatment had not been signed yet. This would end in December. The lowest expectation of this climate summit had not been met. And then they showed 380,000 Belgians. It sounds like a joke, but it must have worked because, well, that night, at least, the Kyoto treatment was prolonged. So we always try to see that 380,000 people at least saved the Kyoto Protocol. And thank you for that. We must be realistic. We must, unfortunately, Doha was a disaster, just as Copenhagen was, as Durban was, as so many other climate summits. Will we stop with this? We can't. We can't afford the luxury of pessimism, and we have very, very few chances left. So here's the plan, and here's how singing might save the planet. 2015, Paris will be the make or break moment. We can choose. Either there will be 20,000 people maybe manifesting outside the conference hall there, maybe 50,000, and what will the media show? The brick going through the shopping window, the tear gas, where it goes wrong, the aggressive kind of protesting. If we try to build a Sing for the Climate platform digitally in a big audiovisual mega manifestation all over the world, we might show what we couldn't show in Doha, maybe 300 million people singing for the climate. And who knows, that might make a difference. I will show you what the difference is. It's the difference between sitting down, what we do when we hear all these awful news that we all know about climate change. We are like the frog in the pot in the experiment that Al Gore probably even did himself. The frog that if you boil it slowly, like we're boiled slowly, it stays in the pot until it boils to death. We can sit down and be that frog, or we can, and I will ask you, just get up, for example. So I will ask you to really physically get up. You will feel the fact that what it does to your body already. And I will ask you to sing. I will ask you to sing for the climate, and this singing manifestation will go on our website where already 400,000 people are singing with you. Can you already feel the exhilarating power of the serotonins going through your body? And I will let Abdullah bin Hamad Al-Attai, I think that was his name, the chairman of the Doha conference, do the honors of introducing you, and the clip will show you a bit more about our actions. And above it, there's the karaoke, in case you wouldn't know the words yet. So here it comes. Abdullah bin Hamad
I would
Al-Attai.
like to inform you that we have a request from civil society to play a song. Let's now all to enjoy this song.
Are you ready for the song? And can move while you're at it. You've been sitting down long enough. You can sing exhaling or inhaling. That doesn't matter as long as you sing.
Open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now.
Good.
We're on a planet that has a problem. We've got to solve it, get involved and do it now, now, now.
The movements.
Start right now.
You can sing a little louder.
Make it greener. Make it cleaner. Make it last. Make it fast and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now.
Not everyone is singing, but almost. So don't be shy.
No.